Hey world, this is Antronetta. I'm coming to you with some quick just motivation. And with today, I just wanted to talk about that there is nothing more powerful than a made up mind. Like literally, when your mind is fixed on something and you are determined to complete or finish whatever is set before you, there is no one, nothing that can deter you from doing it, right? So let's just jump into this right now. There's nothing more powerful. I literally thought about when you're fixing and you're setting the alarm clock, right, to wake you up in the morning. Once you set the alarm clock, as long as it's plugged in and has some power, there's nothing that's going to stop it from going off at the set and appointed time. That's the same thing if we intentionally set things in our mind as far as goals, have scriptures that we're standing on, if we have like certain motivations that motivate us to complete what we set out to do. No one. I literally hear so many excuses. Well, that door shut on me. Come on now. The Bible that I read, it says to knock and keep on knocking, which it tried to, in my mind, is trying to prepare us for closed doors. There is literally doors that will close on us. There is opportunities, that will seem that they have passed us by. But I'm a strong believer that what God has for me is for me. And what God has for you, it is definitely for you. There's no one who can take it. There's no one who can imitate you and pretend to be you and assume the position if you are making yourself available to God, right? As long as you are available, and have your mind set and fixed on accomplishing something, nothing can stop you from doing what God has called you to do. There is going to be, this is a warning, right? This is not just a what if. There is going to be people that come and try to talk you out of doing what God's called you to do. There are going to be people who try to stop you from starting a business that God told you to jump out and start. They're going to tell you you're not qualified. The good thing about starting a business, what qualifications are there other than being determined, right? I mean, what I mean by what qualifications are there? When you go and work for someone, they tell you that you can't start this job because you don't have the degree and credentials in order to work here. But the good thing about if you're starting it yourself and you already have what's needed as far as the ambition and the passion, then, and if you, I mean, by all means, let's say it's a dog walking business. If you have absolutely no passion to walk anyone's dog, it's probably going to be hard for you to convince someone else to do it. But I mean, even in that, as long as you're business minded and you have your mind set up that I'm going to start a dog walking business, but you hire the proper people to be able to take on that ability to do, I mean, to take on that task. I mean, you can even own that. There's nothing like, I was just sitting up here thinking about a lot of times we limit ourselves based on limitations that someone else has put on us. I think about a flamingo. Like, if you think about the flamingo, whenever they're young, they have this line that they are not tall enough to go over. So the line is set there. It's like a little barbed wire. So they don't go past that. It sets a limitation and a boundary. But as they grow and grow, and they get tall enough that they can just simply step over it, they don't. Because at a young age, it was limitations and boundaries set in place that they have fixed in their mind that I cannot go past this point. And a lot of us have had instilled fears and limitations put on us from a very young age, that we are not looking at those opportunities and stuff now. Like, this is something I can honestly step over, you know? So with this video, I just really wanted to encourage someone out there that want to get started in areas of their lives that they're like, I'm too old to go back to school. Get a made up mind. Make your mind up that you're going to finish school. You can take it one day at a time, 1 year at a time, one credit, one class at a time. If you continue to be consistent, taking class after class after class, you will eventually come to the finish. You will eventually come to the finish line. Saving money. If you make up in your mind that I'm going to save, I'm going to put back money. If you literally dedicate each paycheck and put aside $20. $20 is not a lot. That's eating money. $25 each paycheck, and let's say you got paid weekly. In a month, you didn't save the $100, and in 12 months, you have $1,200, and then that's in a year. And if you just continue and continue, you don't put back money. You can reach your goals if you have your mind made up, right? I think about, I'm going to use this really quick and I'm going to jump off of it. I think about a GPS, the Waze app or Google, whichever one you use, right? Once you put your destination, you put the address where you want to go in a GPS system, no matter how many times you get off course, the GPS does not don't change the destination, right? You get off. Let's say you got out to get something to eat or go get some gas or something. That GPS is going to remind you. It's going to keep on repeating its voice to you saying, trying to get you to get right back on course. That's the same thing we have to do. We have our minds so made up that anytime that we detour or go on a detour or get off course, there is something set in our mind that has the destination set ahead saying, turn back, turn left. Just like, you know how annoying that can be. Let's say you decided to take another route, but you're still going to the same destination. That GPS system, until it catches on to the new route that you're trying to take, it's going to continue to try to get you to turn back to where you were. Same thing with if you decided to go to a different location. Let's say you're on your way to Chick-fil-A. All right, I don't want to go to this Chick-fil-A. I'm going to go to this Chick-fil-A closer to my mama's house. And you didn't change that on your GPS. Your GPS is going to continue to remind you where the other Chick-fil-A is. That's the same thing. If we set in our mind, things that we're trying to accomplish, things that we're trying to do, if we want to see change in our lives, we literally are going to have some dedication and commitment, and not allow discontentment to change our commitment, right? So discontentment is the thing that will try to change our destination inside of the GPS system. It will come in and try to say, you know what, I'm not satisfied with where I'm going, and because you're not making it there at a faster pace than you want to go, that will try to come in and try to change your commitment, which will try to change your dedication, your destination, which will then change your dedication, right? You won't be dedicated to continue down the same road if you're getting off course. So my encouragement to someone out there is to set goals.